There's a kind of grief that comes with disability and chronic illness that people, they don't talk about. It's not the obvious kind and not the kind that shows up all at once. It's the quiet kind of grief. The kind that settles in slowly in the background of your life while everything else keeps moving forward. People, they think grief happens when something ends suddenly. But disability, it teaches you that you can grieve things you're still alive for. You grieve energy. You grieve ease. You grieve the version of yourself that didn't have to plan every single movement or decision around pain, symptoms, or access. And the hardest part is that most people never see that kind of grief. Because from the outside, it looks like you're still here. You're still breathing. You're still showing up when you can. You're still trying. So people assume that you're fine. They don't see the mental math that it takes just to leave the house. They don't see how much preparation that goes into things that they do without even thinking about it. They don't see what it would cost you later. There's also this pressure. It's subtle but constant for you to be inspirational, to be strong, to be positive, to turn your suffering into something palatable. You're expected to smile through the pain, to frame survival as motivation, to prove that disability, it hasn't won. And if you don't do that, well, you're seen as bitter, you're seen as negative, difficult. But living with chronic illness, it isn't inspiring most days. It really isn't. It's repetitive, it's exhausting. It's managing the same symptoms over and over with no finish line. And there's nothing heroic about having your body limit you in ways that you didn't choose it to. One of the most isolating parts of disability is how invisible that disability can be. Because if people can't see it, well, then they question it. They question your needs, your boundaries, your accommodations. They question it all. They ask why you can do something one day and not the next. They assume inconsistency means exaggeration. They don't understand that fluctuating ability is part of disability, not a condition. Over time, that disbelief changes you. You start apologizing for just existing, for needing rest, for needing help. You start minimizing your pain so that others feel more comfortable. You learn how to make yourself smaller. And yet, you keep going. Not because you're fearless, not because you're endlessly strong, but you keep going because stopping isn't an option. You survive because you have to. If you live with disability or chronic illness and you're watching this, you don't owe anybody inspiration. You don't owe positivity. You don't owe productivity. You don't owe proof. Your worth was never dependent on what your body could do. And if you're watching this, trying to understand someone that you love better, please don't ask them to be brave for your comfort. Believe them, listen to them, and respect their limits without questioning their validity. Disability isn't a lesson. Chronic illness isn't a metaphor. They are lived realities. And the people living them, well, they deserve empathy, not expectations. And if this resonated, share it. Because sometimes what people need most, it's to know that they're not alone in the quiet parts of this life.